You, have you ever wanted to compete in For Honor, but not actually fight? Well, I have the perfect thing for you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first edition of Raptor Rate My Fashion. But I think if we're going to be rating fashion, I think I should spiff up a little bit. I'll be back in a second. I think that looks a lot better. Now we can rate some fashion. Now, over the time of the last day, I posted on YouTube saying that, hey, if you guys want, I'm going to be rating your fashion for the next couple days. This is going to be a new series I have on my channel right beside the Stereotype series that I think is way more community-centric, and it's also a thank you for you guys for 4,000. I wanted this newest video to be more in-depth and including you guys for once. So, without further ado, let the first Raptor Rate My Fashion begin. Coming down the runway first, we have Aquinas with his Highlander. Now, I can't lie, folks, this Highlander looks quite clean. Now, obviously, there's not too much with paint patterns, honestly, not even at all, but this doesn't stop it from looking really good. My only complaint is that his face just kind of, you could work on that. But that's not him. The weapon he chose with his fashion, accents it very, very well. I do like how classy and it's not full of it. I gotta say, with all of this regarding together and the colors he's chosen, I'd give this a nice 8 out of 10. It's very clean, but there could be some improvements, but not bad. Now right behind him we have Nidium's Aramusha. Now I can't lie, I do like it when people use other colors than black and white. I gotta say, you're ballsy to do it. But there's just something here that I don't like. The blue is nice, it's a nice color, but those pants are so ugly paired with blue. It just could look so much better. And the patterns you use for the arms, like, it looks like one of my students did a bit of scribbling and they left it and you're like, yeah, that's good enough. Overall, I think you could have chosen a little bit better on the helmet, but I do like the mask you picked with the helmet. It is very nice, and I would put some colors on that helmet just to completely do it with blue. No ornament, which is a little weird and kind of like not very fashionista type. I gotta say, looking at this, the Highlander definitely gave me better expectations, so I think I can give it a 6 out of 10. Now, following right behind him, we have Space Tops. Now, I can't lie, Space Tops was a little drastic with his Warden, and he really did try. But there's just some things that I don't really like about it, right? Those arms for Warden are okay at best if you're going to go with like a black iron gold. But a white, blue, black, gold, I mean, you're kind of all over the place here. It looks like someone grabbed the paint bucket, kind of threw it on you, and you're like, shit, I don't have any laundry done, I guess I'm going to go outside. But I do like the creativity. The helmet does look very nice, and you get bonus points for not using Iron Worm and going with the crown. I gotta say, that's very fashionable to go with the crown. Other than that, I think the standards and the customs are very good, and the use of emblems are nice, but the one on the back is just kind of, I don't know, I don't really like the deer too much. I think it just kind of stands out too much, and there's too much blue now on the back. But overall, you know what? Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. He's being followed up by a class act though. Here comes Penitent One with his Conqueror. And ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say, this looks fabulous. I love the fact that you got a universal ornament of all things to look good on a Conqueror. Especially a Conqueror with a bucket hat. The prison helmet, mwah, you're playing to the judge here, seeing as I made prison helmet myself. Looks fantastic. The white, red, and gold all go together really well. My only complaint, I would say, is around the chest is a little too brown, but you can definitely work on that. Other than that, the arms look nice. You don't ever need to put anything on the arms. It looks beautiful. The back looks nice, and God, you can't go wrong with a Conqueror holding a sword. No way. I give it an 8 out of 10. Now, with all fashion, we do have our lower rep fashion. Here we have Draconian with his Warmonger. And you know what? For what he has, it's not terrible. It's not bad. For a rep 1, I like it. The only thing I would complain about is that the helmet doesn't match the rest of the arms. And I know you may like your emblem, but you don't gotta put it everywhere. Especially, like, it looks like you just kind of grab some, like, pepperonis on a pizza and you're like, emblem. I'd say it's okay on the standards, but the chest is a little too distracting. That's where maybe we take it off the chest a little bit. So overall, it's rep 1 fashion. I can't be too difficult on it. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Now we've been seeing a lot of knights because the knights have some good fashion. But here we have Henry Bartholomew Dinglenut with his Medjay. And you know what? The thing that stands out to me first is these weapons. These weapons looks really nice, and it also matches well with the knight's red he has. My only problem, he actually made that helmet look kind of decent. My only real problem is that chest plate is just, it sticks out like a sore thumb with that white. If you could somehow make it alternate and go full red and gold, I think that look a lot better. And those leg armors, it's like, ugh. Overall, the arms look nice, but it's just that chest is too distracting. There needs to be some red there. Without that, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It could be better, but it also could be worse. Now, following up that decent act, we have, honestly, when I was looking through this, one of my favorites. Vaiko the Found Emperor shows me his Conqueror, and by God, I know it's Blackstone, but this looks clean. This looks beautiful. I love the mixture between that one chest plate that doesn't really change colors, but you took that into your own hands and grabbed some of the cleanest looking armor, even the Chimera helmet with no ornament. It just looks beautiful. This looks nice. My only complaint is that your weapon just looks like you have a fucking pumpkin on a chain. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, this is beautiful fashion. Beautiful fashion. I'd give this easily an 8 out of 10. 8.5, we're pushing it if he changes that weapon. But this, beautiful. Now, coming up after him, we have Green Dragon. Now, Green Dragon's going to be a little shaky here. He's going to throw a Gladiator in here. And we know how we feel about Gladiators, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck Gladiator players. We hate Gladiator players. But you know what? We'll still rate their fashion. So, he's coming in with a nice silver and gold, right? It's okay. I really like that helmet, and the ornament is very nice. But where you're losing me, where you're really losing me, is that chest plate. I think you could have picked a better color for it, especially those standards. I mean, why are they like, ugh. And those arms, man. You gotta get something to match those arms. It looks like you got kind of like a potato sack on your left hand there, or your right hand. Overall, I think the weapon could be a little bit cleaner and nicer. We're going a little edgy with the skulls. The shield is very nice, but overall, you got some work to do with this Glad. That's for sure. Change the arms, change the color palette, and there you go. You got some decent Glad fashion. So I think we can give this an easy like 4.5 if he would work on it. But there's room for improvement. Now here, coming up, we got a good friend of mine. You've seen him on stream probably a lot of times. I usually play with him. It's Fudge. Now Fudge sends a Highlander, which yet again, Highlander fashion is really hard to pull off. But this man pulls out this beauty. Now, I don't know about you, but looking at this Highlander, only one word comes to mind, and that's cozy. This guy looks like he's snug like a bug on a rug. Like, I would want to wear this going on a date. This just looks like I'm gonna snuggle up by the fire and just fall asleep in this with no blanket. The colors are magnificent. The blue really accents the fur really well, and so does the helmet, and the beard matches the fur on the armor. The only thing I would change is to maybe get some fur on those arms too, and that weapon can kind of get some blue and maybe some gold in it. But those boots are like Ugg. They're like Uggs, but like medieval Uggs. As I said, when I look at this, I just feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside. So this is getting an 8.5 out of 10. Now next up, we have someone I've talked to on a daily basis and played with. He's a very nice guy. We got Counter Z. Now this guy just hit rep 80 Warden, and you know, like every rep 80, they're gonna put on Wildberry. You know, me, not much of a fan of Wildberry. I think it's kind of ugly if you don't use it right. But you know what? Counter did an okay job. He found a nice color pattern that really fits it well. But you know what? I'm gonna take points off because you're using just the full armor set with no colors or patterns or anything other than your standards. And you know what? That's not really much fashion. That's just kind of putting on a nice two-piece suit and saying, hey, look at me, like me right now. It's nice, but it's not creative. I'll give you points for the crown, because again, Iron Worm would have been a lot easier to use, but you used them with the crown, so I gotta give you respect on that. And this armor set is really, really nice. But I'm gonna still give you like a 6.5 out of 10, just because there's not really anything being done here. You got some points, and that's just the sword Havoc uses. I see you. Now we have our first samurai. We have SK with his Wild Berry Hito. First of all, you're losing points for playing Hito to rep 80. That's for sure. Minus 1 point. But you know what? I can't lie. This looks really nice. I love the patterns you used for the standards and the sides and your arms. They look fantastic, right? I love the little accents of white and black it has, because it perfectly accents your chest plate. Now, the head, you could have definitely gone with the I don't know what they're called, but one of the other helmets that have the hair on it. I think that with the black and the pink highlights would have looked really nice. I think the Wyvern, the weapon, also looks really good, but it's a little void of color. But overall, there's seriously nothing I can complain about. I look at this and I think, yeah, good. So 7.5. And that's where the first episode of Rate My Fashion is going to end. Yes, I know I had a lot more submissions, so if you didn't see yourself in this one, make sure to check in for the second one or the third one, because this is going to be a multi-stage series just beside the Stereotype series. I want something to put in between the Stereotype series that isn't just more Stereotype videos. I want to keep it fresh, I want to keep it clean. So if you haven't seen yourself, or you want to be in the next one, just keep submitting. When I reopen it, you're going to be allowed to submit more once I've used all the ones I have so far. But so long for now, and I hope you guys do enjoy, and thanks for 4K yet again.